Hi. To be able to complete the homework this week, you need to be able to read the keyboard. So what I'm going to be doing in this very quick tutorial is show you how you can do that. So this is one of the exercises I wanted you to do in the class on Monday, but we weren't able to do that. But I'm just going to go through how I can move this movie clip using the keyboard. So I've opened up the actions window and you can see I've already added some action script here. What's really important is this line here, and it says stage, add event listener, and it's listening for the keyboard event, and in particular it's listening for when you press and hold a key down. What's really important about this is that if you want to listen for if somebody's pressed the key on the keyboard, the only object that can listen for that event is the stage. This couldn't be a movie clip. A movie clip can listen for a mouse event or an enter frame event, but it can't listen for a keyboard event. The only object that can do that is the stage. So this is set up to say the stage listen for an event, in particular the keyboard event, key down, and when that event occurs, run the instructions in the function called onKeyPress, which is here. Okay, so that's really important. Just remember that the stage can only listen for the keyboard event. So once you press any key, it's going to run this function here. And what I'm going to do just very quickly is just do this. So object is called Starbox, so I'm going to say here Starbox dot x plus equals, say, 7. So what this is going to do, hopefully, when I test this, is that when I test the movie, if I press any key, it will move the Starbox across the screen towards the right of the screen. So let's just test this. Okay, and now if I press any key, it doesn't matter, I'm pressing all sorts of keys. That's the space bar, the A key, the arrow key, any key, it's just moving it to the right of the screen. So that's fine. So let's come back to our script. So what I'd like to do now is, well, I don't want just any key to move it across the screen. I want to be able to say, well, use the arrow keys, and in particular if I use the left or the right arrow key, I want to move it towards the right. If I use the left arrow key, I want to move it towards the left, the up arrow key to move up the screen, and the down arrow key to move down the screen. So I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to need an if statement, and let's just write the basic if statement, which is like that. So in Monday's session we looked at EVT, that's this variable here, and we looked at EVT.target, and that refers to the object which the event has occurred. So if I clicked on a movie clip, then EVT.target would be the actual movie clip that I clicked on. In this case, if you're listening for the keyboard event, EVT, we can make use of EVT for that as well. So inside this if statement, I'm going to write this EVT dot key code like this. Note it's a lowercase k here and uppercase c here. So the key code is every key on the keyboard has a particular value. And so you can find out if a particular key is being pressed by checking to see what value is in the key code. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to now compare this, and I'm now going to write this. So let's say keyboard dot write. So what I'm doing here is saying if the key that's been pressed is equal to the keyboard right dot write, and keyboard right is the right arrow key. So that's just checking, have I pressed the right arrow key? If I have, then I want to move Starbox, is that correct? Starbox dot, I want to move it towards the right of the screen, so I'm going to do like we did before. So that will now move it towards the right. Now if I want to check for other keys, I'm going to just copy this and paste it underneath, and I'm going to change this to keyboard left. So this is the left arrow key, and when I press that, I want it to go towards the left like this. So let's just test the movie. Okay, so I'm now pressing the right arrow key, it's moving towards the right, pressing the left arrow key and it's moving towards the left. So this is now working fine. So now let's go and finish this. So just come to here, paste this. So keyboard up is the up arrow key, and I'm going to change the Y value, and I'm going to take away 7, and I'm now going to do one more. Keyboard down, that's the down arrow key. Whoops. Note all these are spelt all uppercase, down, up, left and so on, and that's going to be plus. So let's save this and test the movie. So now I can use the up arrow keys, all the arrow keys, to move this around the screen. Yes. So knowing now how to respond to the keys, you should be able to do the homework, which I have put into the 2D games folder in the coding week 4 and in the folder called homework. I hope this has been helpful. Bye.